Gavin Cintron, who died at Reese Houses. Unfortunately, what happened was that at the age of 20 years old, several years ago, right, yeah, in his 20s, he actually died of severe pulmonary fibrosis. And the thing is that there's multiple, it was mislabeled in the media as multiple things. One people called it an arsenic scare. Another one identified it with a disease that's associated with birds that infect sitting water. But the fact of the matter is that if you take a look at the, an environmental study was done at Reese Houses, which showed that the conditions were worse than 9/11, as in terms of the soil. And a lot of that soil was being disturbed for construction reasons, for those ever-present scaffolds that are making a lot of these companies a lot of money. And to this day, right, there's still people getting sick at Reese Houses. This issue has not been addressed. So I think around 21 at 21 minutes, it's going to be up for 24 hours for 15 seconds every 20. At about 21, I believe he's supposed to appear on one of these live broadcasts over here. Once again, today would be his 27th birthday. The issues that are going on at Reese Houses honestly could apply to, if you take a look at the demolition going on at Fulton Chelsea, then you could see that there's issues going on with the, they're trying to level the building and create new buildings, and this will actually disturb the dirt and potentially cause more sickness and death. Yeah, that's right, I said death. People are dying out here. One of the things that also has come up recently is that a lot of people don't really understand, and I think some of the moves, a lot of people just say everything Mamdani does is bad. I'm not one of those people. I think that the Lena Khan move was pretty cool. But the thing is that, unfortunately, I'm going to tell you the truth, he's kind of covering up for what's going on in public housing. He's not allowing people in public housing to speak at the rental ripoff stuff. Look, I want to believe he means well, so let me just tell you, I can't blame him 100%. The fact of the matter is there's very powerful forces that have political control, and the fact of the matter is that the public housing active is highly co-opted and controlled. On one side you have, on each side there's a millionaire. You have the developers who want to steal the right of the tenants to actually own the apartments, and then you also have another group that is, trying to keep these people in public housing. And once again, I do support public housing as a concept, but they're trying to keep them there forever. And they want to retain control over the property. So it's pretty sad. So there's a lot of interconnectedness that you could see that in the public housing movement, that there's a lot of new activists who are sent in who do not know about all this stuff. And they could repeat some of the talking points that they've been given, but they're missing a lot of context. They're missing a lot of other specific, solutions, or even, they don't know about the law as it is now, certain things that are built within that law to protect certain things. All they know is they got a job where someone's going to pay them to say certain things. It sounds like on the surface it's good. There's some people popping out of the woodwork who have unique, experience, but they don't have the money behind them, so they're just going to look the other way. They're doing good for humanity. But there's a saying that says that the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And just so you know, a lot of what's going on when there's a certain way to manipulate the public, and by talking about certain issues or making certain people the bad guy, right, an existential threat, then what happens is they can actually forego all conversation on any other topic. A lot of lefties are falling for this, right? Yeah, what's up? The Jank show, the Janky show, yeah. So like I was saying, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. We're actually supposed to meet up with Michael Cintron. Could look up the case of Gavin Cintron. He caused the resignation and the of CEO and chair Greg Russ, who was actually leading NYCHA. So let's see, what's good, my guy? Is that? Yeah, I am in New York. Yeah, I'm actually in Long Island City, but I actually have people in Astoria. This is actually this issue is going on in Lower East Side with the Gavin Cintron. Gavin Cintron. I hope you guys look him up. Try looking up public housing New York if he doesn't pop up immediately. All right. 11 people in the chat. Amazing. Okay. I hope you guys checked out some of my other work. I actually do a lot of activism stuff. So I'm about to call. I can't believe people are actually watching, but I'm going to call Mike soon. I wonder if Alicia's going to be here. Alicia's actually testified in front of City Hall. The mayor's actually excluding people from public housing from the rental ripoff hearings. A lot of people like to make excuses for these electeds and say, oh, they don't know, right? It's their business to know. They know it better probably than me, to tell you the truth. This is their business. So how it impacts things, this is big money. You from, New York morning, India night. Yeah, this is, you from India? I actually think, I used to get a lot of viewers from India when I was actually rocking with Tulsi. And now that's kind of like faded. All right. Oh, look, it's the naked cowboy. Oh, he's getting interviewed.
Yeah, I want to see what
Cool. All right. Naked Cowboys here in Times Square. Okay, these guys trying to hustle right now. It is what it is. Got other hustlers here. What's up? I'm good. Thank you. I'm live. Okay, no, it's okay. Listen to glasses. All right, folks, we'll be, once again, it's going to go off at 20, Times Square, yeah. All right. Just so you guys know, once again, I'm going to repeat what's going on. I'm here, Gavin Cintron, actually, his parents are supposed to be here. It's quite tragic what happened, yeah? So we're going to see, they're supposed to be on one of these billboards over here. They bought the electronic thing for his birthday. He would turn 27 today. So I also know some of the street performers out here. I encourage you guys to check out nycstreetartists.com. It's the largest collection of New York City street artists and subway performers on the internet. All right. My guy said this 46 and 7. That's what the flyer says. I made a flyer for this event. Yeah, it's on my Instagram. All right, cool. Let's see. I used to go here to hang out. Yeah, pretty cool. Where is? I don't see Mike yet. I want to call him soon. Yeah, it should be about that time. Also, I gotta check to see if it's 12:20 because that's when it comes out. Okay, 12:04. Okay, I'm gonna call him soon. Any questions about what's going on in New York? I see some people from out of town. You can see things are pretty peaceful, despite the fact that I guess we're actively engaged in dropping bombs on people. When you're dropping bombs on people, they're gonna want to retaliate, and I do not support dropping bombs on people, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm not really. Sometimes you gotta defend yourself, but Anyways, that's a separate issue. Today we're here for Gavin, yeah? Let me check with my guys. Give me a second, yeah? They got all the nice nightclubs. Yeah, there was actually an adult club that I just passed on the way here. I think it used to be called something else. So, a lot of the club scene has actually died, just so you know. There are still some people running stuff. Actually, I think Wednesday night, I think Billboard Baby has some event going down in Astoria. That's actually in district. But I'm not really a night kind of person. So, nightclub kind of person, I have to admit myself. So, just to let you guys know, I actually have a press pass. I'm now official New York City press. My old college buddy pays $12K for rent in Manhattan. Dang, that's crazy. I'm actually kind of rent free right now. Like, there's all levels that you could live at in New York City, yeah? But actually, for being the homeless, it's actually one of the best cities for it. I was homeless in the country. It was much, much tougher. 12K is pretty banging. I've been in some really high-end places. Actually, what's interesting, I actually have I'm in this movie called Wienerd. Now, there was a guy named, what's his name? There was one Wiener, Anthony Weiner, and he actually got in trouble for some sexual stuff. But there's another Wiener named Zach Wiener, who's actually the son of the guy who made Dora the Explorer. This guy ran for office as a young kid. Like, we all make mistakes when we're young, so like, I'm not trying to hate on him. I mean, he did try to do me dirty, but he's young, right? And this is just a normal way. Well, let me get to the anyways, this guy got himself filmed with the dominatrix, not some cute dominatrix, some super ancient, right, like 90-year-old. And I'm not saying old ladies can't be sexy, but this is kind of like some geriatric dominatrix over here. It just was, he was all smiling while she was doing stuff to him. It was crazy. Anyways, the guy made a documentary about the experience himself. I don't know if he put those weird pictures in there. It's a real trip sometimes doing this stuff. Anyways, Mike's on the way. He says he's on 51st. I'm on 50. What? I'm on 40. I'm on 46. So it's like 5 streets. He'll be here any moment. So I'll probably go off live and then just record him so that he could, if he slips up, he could do a retake. I don't want to take this tragic moment and be like, oh, you're on live camera, So if he has something to say, right, if he wants to be heard, I'm gonna help him get that. And then I'm gonna go back and keep doing my other work, yeah? This case has a lot of relevance for the other things that are going on in public housing. And also just real estate in general in New York City. I just called actually the vice president of Repney to talk to him about, we're gonna see, there's a lot of stuff going on. Just so you know, in New York City, a lot of people call street performance busking. That to me is a European term. Out here in New York City, but the people that I knew, the way that I grew up was, we called it hitting. Yeah, I'm hitting for the cash. So, the term busking, I don't really feel like regular street performers use it unless they kind of like European or something, or heavily, like, not a lot of street performers are kind of street life. So you're going to pick up on the slang, but I'm not saying it's wrong to use, but it could take over, right? It could actually be replaced, but I feel like the word busking is kind of like awkward and weird. I like hitting better. Yeah, that's just me. Oh, this guy's in a very nice suit over here. Just got to film the suit. Excellent suit, sir. Keep it up. All right. Pretty cool. I don't really dress up myself, but I appreciate when someone makes an effort, you know what I mean? It looks cool, so. Okay. Almost there. There's a lot of studios out here as well, too. I actually been out by CBS Studios when they had something called the Free and Equal Debates in New York City. That was some corporate jank. But there's a place called Kaufman Astoria Studios, and they're actually going under. So what is this weird? Shout out to 12 Veils, by the way. 12 Veils says that going live helps up your watch time, so she goes on live a lot. I'm not worried about monetization now. I stopped believing it's gonna happen, so it's just a lot easier just to do what I want to do. I want to be effective. Getting paid is secondary to being effective. Yeah. All right. So, do I see anybody on here? Really, I would expect if this is the to see other people's pictures up, but they all seem very commercial. So is my I would expect that other so we're gonna have to see what's up with that. Maybe it's that one with the Grand Slam. That looked like it could be more custom. I don't know. Number one souvenirs. That seems like a small business, right? It doesn't seem like a big business, so it might be a small business that's doing that. The Lion King. Yeah, it looks like it's cycling through a lot of different unrelated ads. It could be this one as well too. Interesting. We're gonna see if it just plays nothing but this 5G T-Mobile stuff. If not, we're gonna go line up by that one over there. Could be this side actually. It looks too long. I saw the picture that was sent. What's up, James Numbers? How are you guys all pouring in here? I'm shocked. Yeah, I even have 3 likes. Like, nothing really happened yet. Like, I'm shocked. But what's up? Good afternoon. Yeah. All right. Cintron should be here any moment. Oh, the kids are having fun right here. I think the parents are getting some kind of like 3D kind of pictures or video taken. Cool. All right, James Numbers, what up? Mike actually got called into work, so he could be called in anytime. So he said he can't really stay for this event. He's gonna come for a little bit, but he's gonna leave soon after. I could play to this song. Tell you the truth, I'm not really a big fan of playing the violin, but all right, just to tell you the story of Gavin Cintron right quick. Gavin's actually, he died at Reese Houses. You could look it up. His death actually caused the resignation of the chair and CEO of NYCHA, Gregory Russ. The thing is that there's a certain story that's been covered up. I'm going to lay you guys something heavy. I know a lot of people out here like Nick Shirley for revealing the corruption that happened in Minnesota, but notice that they take someone from out of state to come in and report on the issue, and then that person goes to another state, okay? They don't have actually local people talking about the issue because that issue is supposed to run for a news cycle and then go away in a predictable fashion. The same thing with Gavin Cintron right now. The news story ran some stories about arsenic. They fired somebody, but the same conditions that killed Gavin Cintron are still in effect at Reese houses. They're still turning up the dirt with environmental conditions that were found to be worse than 9/11. So he would be 27 years old today. Actually, Gavin Cintron's picture is going to be featured on one of these billboards over here. We're going to see which one. And Michael arrives, right? So last time I called him, which was several minutes ago, he said it was 5 streets away, so he should be here at any moment. When he gets here, he can only be here for 1 shot. I was hoping to get 2 because it's only for 15 seconds. So I was hoping to get a group photo and then a photo with him. I'm just going to take care of him, you know what I mean? We're going to see what's up because you paid the $150 to get the picture up. I've actually gone viral before, but the thing is that the people who go viral, not only are they gatekeeper approved, but going viral once or twice isn't really gonna, depends on how viral you go, but it's not gonna really change your life, honestly. What really does is they have to continue to feature you. So then you could really start to brand build and do brand recognition. But a lot of people just go for a poof and disappear. And so that's the quick story of Gavin Cintron, right? I will have video on this whole topic soon on my channel. I really didn't get to meet up with Gavin. There's a whole nother story about what's going on with activism, to tell you the truth. There was a group called Dare to Struggle. And the most money-making operations in the whole... so if you take a look at the houses that are in New York City, actually this is one of the biggest deals that's going on that no one's actually talking about. Let's take a look at this, right? Each apartment, especially in Manhattan, like a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom apartment, could easily, probably worth more than $1 million. If to buy it, to own it, is $1 million, straight up and down. When we take a look at NYCHA, they have several, like Fulton Chelsea is actually, in Manhattan, probably the most expensive area of Manhattan. That's why it's getting so much attention. I know there's a lot of other people in public housing who I work with who are not getting their issues addressed, who say, why is everybody paying attention to Fulton Chelsea? Because the thing is that if they can actually tear down Fulton Chelsea, then, they're pretty confident that they can destroy the other ones, right? So the largest fight and the most potential for the tenants to gain the most is actually Fulton Chelsea because of the value of the real estate. But the activism being controlled on both sides by millionaires on both sides who both want to exploit the people living in public housing. Once again, this deal, if we take a look, I think there's actually, I think maybe there's many, I think it's over, I have to look again, I think it's 80 or 800, I think it's 80 public housing developments in New York City. And if you take a look at each one, some of them have over 1,000 units. 1,000 times $1 million is equal to $1 billion. And remember, this is like worth 80 billion, probably over $80 billion. It's a huge chunk. And this is why there's a new law they passed called COPA, where the not-for-profits can actually buy large institutional buildings, such as exactly public housing. A lot of hungry mouths are showing up. A lot of hungry mouths are showing up to feed. I mean, they're showing up to feed on it. That's serious. So, anyways, I heard the music going earlier. I was going to play with it, but, just to practice some scales and some improvisation. But I'll get plenty of time to do that on the train. I'm going to call Mike again and see what's up, all right? Thanks for watching, folks. I can't believe I have watchers. Okay, so I just called him. He didn't pick up. He's probably right here, but unfortunately, I don't see anybody else here. I do, I'll show the screenshots when I make the edited video. But I did have people stop by and, post up some of this stuff to try to get some people to come down here. In the activism scene for public housing, there's certain groups that are allowed to be acknowledged, and there's certain groups and activists who are not allowed to be acknowledged. There's a lot of astroturfing going on. That's serious, yeah? Woo! Don't see him yet. I'm supposed to go up at 12:20. What time is it now? It's 12:22. I think he missed it. I'm gonna treat filming these just in case it goes up, yeah? I don't see it though. Oh, the List family. It's gotta be this one. It's also going to be on the Jumbotron. It's going to be, it's also, there's a live stream of this. But I wanted to get it live. See if we could talk to Mike. Okay, it should be for 15 seconds, so we should see it run. Got it. Probably should. I'm not mad at the List family, but I feel like that's run to like more than 15 seconds. You know what I mean? So I hope Gavin gets up there. We're gonna see. I don't want to miss it. It's just 15 seconds, yeah? I'm going to check the time. He sent me what time it's supposed to be up, so we're going to see. Like I was saying, there's a lot of well-meaning people who could be thrown off in this housing fight. The same thing's going on in the anti-war movement, by the way. There's certain tactics that they use to control the movement to make sure that only certain issues get discussed. The guy who talks about the possibility of self-ownership, you know. Also, by the way, Carmen Quinones actually talks about this as well too. Okay, so apparently they've seen it, and they're come pick me up right now. So apparently they saw it. I didn't see it. So they're gonna come pick me up right now. They had some other one like running a lot. So surprising. Oh well. All right, folks, I guess that's basically it. So I'm gonna cut the feed and wait for the video